Welcome back to Cowboys Insiders, the leading home of true fans of the Dallas Cowboys. No matter where you are watching from across the world, we want to take a moment to welcome you and thank you for being part of this incredible community for the Cowboys Insiders. Whether you have been looking with us from day one, you are just discovering the channel today, you are officially part of the Cowboys Insiders family. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe right now, turn on notifications so you never miss any breaking news, trade rumors, NFL draft updates, and game analysis and exclusive insight about the Dallas Cowboys. This is the place where real fans come to stay informed, stay connected, and stay ahead of every move the team makes. Here at Cowboys Insiders, we don't just report the news. We break it down, we analyze it, and we give you all full pictures on the Dallas Cowboy. From decisions made at the top by Jerry Jones to runs happening on the field with a star like Dak Prescott and Micah Parsons, we cover everything you need to know. We talk about the wins, the challenges and the strategies and the future of American team, honestly and passionately. This channel is built for the fans who want more than just headlines. We go deeper into what's really going on inside of organization, what moves could be coming next, and how each decision impact the Cowboys' journey toward becoming a championship teams again. And most importantly, this channel is not just about us, it's about you. Your opinion, your reactions, and your portions are what make this community special. So we want to hear from you every single time. Do you believe the Cowboys are building a Super Bowl team? I'm asking you fans, and let's meet in the comment section to answer these questions. Do you believe the Cowboys are building a Super Bowl team? The second is, what moves do you want to see next, and what should they draft? And drop your throat the comment because your voice matters here more than anywhere else. We are on missions to grow one of the strongest Cowboys fans community on YouTube, and you are huge parts of the journal. So if you love the Dallas Cowboy, and if you like to breathe football, and if you want a really consistent and exciting content, then you are the right place here. The Dallas Cowboy in the NFL draft 2026 draft is one of the urgent ambition and calculated risk. As the draft unfolds, it has become increasingly clear that this is not just another routine roster building exercise for the Dallas. This is defining moment that could shape the franchise's future for years to come in the Dallas Cowboy. For the months leading up the draft, speculation surrounded what approaches the Cowboys would take. Would they play it safe and build a death? Or would they go all in, targeting an elite prospect who could immediately transform the team into a Super Bowl contender? So now, as events develop, the answer seems to lean heavily toward aggressions and bold decisions making. At the center of it all, owner Jerry Jones, the figure known across the league for his willingness to take risks in pursuit of the greatness. This year, his influence is once again evidence. So, report from inside of the Cowboys organization, it suggests that Jones has been heavily involved in the draft. In the draft discussions, pushing for impact players rather than conservative selections. His vision is clear: A Dallas must not only compete but dominate other teams in the NFL this year. One of the most talked about areas for the Cowboys in this draft has been the offense. Despite having proven quarterback in Dak Prescott, the team recognizes that more firepower is needed. In today's NFL, explosive offenses win championship, and Dallas is determined to keep a pace with a league elite. As a result, the front office has been closely monitoring wide receiver and offensive playmaker who can stretch the field, create mismatches, and turn short plays into big gains. Insiders have revealed that the Cowboys have shown a serious interest in dynamic receiving talent. So players with a narrowed speed, precise route learning, and the ability to perform under pressure. The goal is to give Prescott another weapon who can change the game at any moment, forcing defenses to adjust and opening up opportunities across the field. But offense is only half the story. The Cowboys defense, anchored by superstar linebacker Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons is already one of the most feared units of the league. However, the front office believes that adding the light pieces could elevate it to an entirely new level. So the edge rushers, a shutdown corner, and versatile defensive backs are all being evaluated as potential targets. Parsons in particular has become the centerpiece of the defensive strategy, and his ability to disrupt offenses, pressure quarterback, and make game-changing plays has made him one of the most valuable players in the entire NFL. The Cowboys' draft strategy appears focused on surrounding him with complementary talent, players who can capitalize on the chaos, and he creates and turns it into a turnover and defensive dominance. Perhaps the most intriguing aspect of the Dallas draft activity is the possibility of the trades. So throughout the day, rumors have intensified that the Cowboys are actively exploring deals to move up with the draft order. So this is not just something Dallas goes lightly, which makes the situation even more compelling. Moving up would likely to require sacrificing valuable picks, but the rewards could be landing a generational talent. League sources suggest that the Cowboys have identified a small group of prospects they consider they must have players. So if one of these players begins to slide, Dallas could make a bold move to secure them. These approaches reflect a franchise that understands the importance of inherent talent and is willing to pay the price to get it. At the same time, the Cowboys are being careful not to overlook the importance of the depth. So later rounds of the draft are expected to focus on building a stronger and more balanced roster. Offensive linemen and linebackers and the rotational defensive players are all on the ladder of the Dallas Cowboys. So these selections may not generate headlines, but they are crucial for sustaining a success over a long NFL seasons. So another key factor influencing the Cowboys' decision is evaluating process. Coaches and scouts of the Dallas Cowboys have spent countless hours analyzing a game film and conducting interviews, and also assessing the character of each prospect. For the Dallas, talent alone is not enough. They are just looking for a players who bring a leadership in a team, discipline, and winning mentality, qualities that align with the culture of the team is trying to build. So as the draft continues, reaction from the fans and analysts have been intense. Every pick is scrutinized, every decision debated. Cowboys fans, known for their passions and high expectations, are watching closely, hoping that this year draft will finally bring the missing pieces needed for a deep playoff run or even championship. The stakes could not be higher. The NFC is loaded with the strong team, and the margin for error is laser thin. One great draft can propel a team to top, while a poor one can set it back for the years. So the Cowboys are full aware of this reality, which is why their approach this year feels different, more aggressive and more focused and more determined well. By the end of the 2026 NFL Draft may be remembered as the turning point for the Dallas Cowboys, whether through the board trades, smart selection, or combination of both, and the decisions made during this event will define the direction of the franchise. For now, all eyes remain on the Dallas. The picks are being made, the board is shifting, and the future is being written in a little time. And if the early signs are any indications, the Cowboys are ready to make a breakdown today in the Dallas Cowboy. So we are going to go through every major move, every key picks, and what it all means for the future of the Dallas Cowboy and the owner of the Dallas Cowboy, Jerry Jones. Are they building a championship defense? Are they making the right decision in the Dallas? And the most important, are the Cowboys finally ready to compete again at the highest level? So sit back, relax, and stay locked in because this is Cowboy Insiders, and today we are diving deep into the Dallas Cowboy 2026 NFL Draft Journal. The 2026 NFL Draft has officially kicked a night, and from the very first moments, it became clear that this year's events would be defining turning points for the several franchises. Among the teams drawing the most attention, early on were the Dallas Cowboy franchise under intense pressure to bounce back after disappointing 2025 season. With expectations high and fans demanding change, Dallas entered the draft with a clear sense of urgency and strategy that quickly began to unfold in dramatic fashion. Coming off 7-9-1 record, the Cowboys knew that standing still was not an option. The front office, led by the owner Jerry Jones, had already hinted in the off-season that significant roster adjustments were coming. But no one could have predicted just how aggressive and focused the approach would be once the draft began. Rather than playing it safe, the Dallas made broad moves that signaled a complete commitment to reshaping the identity of the team. Particularly on the defensive side of the ball, the first major moments for the Cowboys come early in the first round. Not content with the original draft position, the Dallas executed a strategic trade to move up the board, targeting one of the most highly regarded defensive prospects in entire class, Caleb Downs. widely considered Caleb Downs as the one of the smartest and the most versatile safeties available. Caleb Downs brings innate football intelligence, exceptional awareness, and ability to impact games immediately. His presence in the secondary is expected to address one of the Dallas' biggest weaknesses from last season, where a blown coverage and inconsistent safety play often cost them crucial games. So there is many things that makes Down such as a valuable addition is not just his physical talent, but his leadership and composure. So analysts have consistently described him as a day one difference maker, a player capable of organizing the defense and elevating those around him. For the Cowboys defense that struggled with a consistency, his arrival could mark the beginning of a new era to build a discipline and execution. However, the Dallas was far from finished later in the first round. The Cowboys once again made headlines by maneuvering their ways into another favorable position to select Malachis Lawrence. These picks further emphasized their defensive overhaul, as Lawrence is widely known for his explosiveness off the edge and his ability to disrupt opposing quarterback. During his college career, he built reputations as a relentless pass rusher, combining speed, power, and techniques to consistently pressure offenses. The addition of Lawrence addresses another critical issues from previous season. While Dallas has flashes of strong defensive line play, they lacked the consistent pass rusher needed to compete with the league's top offenses. By bringing in play line Lawrence and Cowboys are clearly aiming to increase their ability to control games at the line of scrimmage, forcing a quarterback into mistakes and creating more turnover opportunities. As the draft continued into a later rounds, Dallas maintained its focus on building a depth and long-term potential. In the third round, they selected a Jason Balham, a versatile defender capable of playing a multiple role. Balham is considered as a high upside prospect known for his athleticism and flexibility. While he may not be as polished as the first round picks, and his ability to adapt and develop within the system make him an intriguing addition to the roster. This selection highlights an important aspect of the Cowboys draft philosophy this year. While they are clearly targeting immediate impact players, they are also investing in the future. Balham represents the kind of player who with the right coaching and development could become a key contributor in the years to come. So it is a balanced approach that suggests Dallas is not just thinking about the upcoming season, but about building a sustained success. So another significant element of the Cowboys draft strategy has been their willingness to make a bold trades in addition to moving up in the draft order. The team has also been active in reshaping its roster through a players transaction. So these moves indicate front office that is full committed to transformation, even if it means making a difficult decision in the short term. The message is clear, and the mediocrity in no longer acceptable in the Dallas. From a broader perspective, the early stages of the NFL draft have revealed. So this shift is particularly interesting given the team's historical emphasis on offensive firepower. It suggests a philosophical change, one that recognizes the importance of the balance and the ability to win a game through a defense. For the fans, this draft brings a renewed sense of the hope and excitement. The combination of innate talent, strategic planning, and aggressive decisions making has created the impression that the Cowboys are finally taking the necessary steps to return to championship contention. Of course, as with any draft, the true impact of these selections will only be known over time. Prospects must develop, adapt to the professional levels, and prove themselves on the field. Still, the early signs are promising by targeting a high-impact defensive players and demonstrating willingness to take calculated risks. Dallas has positioned itself as one of the most integrating teams to watch moving forward. So if there's a most translate into improved performance, the 2026 NFL draft could be remembered as the moment when the Cowboys began their resurgence. As the draft continue over the coming days, all eyes will remain on the Dallas to see how they build on this strong start. Will they continue to prioritize defense, or will they shift their focus on offensive weapon, or will more trades flow this question add to the coaching decisions and the direction of the team is heading in, or are you still waiting to be convinced? This is the time to speak your mind, so go on down in the comment section and let your voice be heard. We want really opinion, really reaction, and really decisions from our true Cowboys fans. Because of at the end of the day, this is more just a team. This is a community. This is a person, and this is what we bring us all together. So, alright, with all that being said, get ready because today update I packed with important information, interesting development, and something you definitely do not want to miss. So let's dive straight into Dallas Cowboy update and see exactly what is going on with an American team, Dallas Cowboy. So the Dallas Cowboys are once again at the center of attention as they aggressively look to reshape their roster with a new move of talent ahead of 2026 season. With expectations rising and pressure building around owner Jerry Jones, the front office is exploring a multiple avenues to bring in fresh players who can immediately contribute and elevate the teams back into a serious Super Bowl contention. One of the most talked about names linked to a Dallas Cowboy is Ashton Gentry. He is a dynamic running back out of Boise State, known for his explosiveness, vision, and ability to break tackles. Agenti has quickly climbed the draft board and is viewed as a potential game changer in the Cowboys' backfield. Coming from a Boise State Broncos football, he brings a versatile skills set that could completely the current offensive structure led by a quarterback Dak Prescott. Another key prospect the Cowboys are heavily scouting is Xavier Wolf from a Texas Longhorns football. Wolf is a widely recognized for his innate speed and deep threat ability, making him an ideal candidate to strengthen a defense and open up opportunities for the rest of the offense. Pairing him with established playmaker could significantly improve the Cowboys' passing attack. Defensively, the Cowboys are showing a strong interest in Ajersa Newton, a powerful interior defensive lineman from the Illinois Fighting Ilmi football. Newton's ability to disrupt the line of scrimmage and apply pressure up the middle makes him a valuable asset for defense that already features stars like Micah Parsons. His addition could make a defensive front even more dominant in NFL. So in the secondary, the Cowboys are evaluating a Cooper DeJean from Joe Hawkins football. DeJean is known for his versatility, capable of playing a cornerback and safety at the high level. His football IQ and playmaking ability have made him one of the most intriguing defensive prospects in upcoming draft. On the offensive line, protecting Dak Prescott remains a top priority, and Cowboys have their eyes on Tellis Fuaga from Oregon State Beavers. Fuaga's physicality and consistency in pass protection could help to solidify the offense line, an area that has faced inconsistency in a recent season. So the Cowboys are also exploring options at linebacker, including Adrian Cooper from a Texas A&M Aggies football. Cooper brings a speed, tackling ability, and sideline to a sideline range, making him a strong candidate to enhance the team's defensive depth. As the offensive unfolds, it is clear that the Dallas Cowboys are not standing still, but the organization is carefully evaluating talent from across the college football, targeting players who do not only possess athletic ability but also the mindset and the discipline required to succeed at the professional level. With the leadership of Jerry Jones and the coaching staff, the Cowboys are determined to build a roster capable of competing with the very best in the NFL. So if this potential signing become reality, the Cowboys could be entering a new era defined by a youth, speed, and explosive playmaking on both sides of the ball. So the fans are eagerly watching every move, hoping that this new class of players will finally bring championship glory back to the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys found themselves at a crucial turning point as 2026 season continues to unfold. With the growing pressure from the fans, analysts, and even within the organization itself to finally translate talent into postseason success. For the years, the Cowboys have been one of the most talked about the teams in the NFL, yet their inability to reach the Super Bowl has remained a constant source of frustration. Now, under the leadership of the owner Jerry Jones, the franchise is making a bold and calculated moves aimed at changing that narrative once and for all. At the center of everything remains a quarterback, Dak Prescott, whose future continues to be one of the most closely watched storylines in Dallas. Prescott has shown flashes of unerring performances, consistency, putting up a strong number during the regular season, but the questions still linger about his ability to lead the team deep into a playoff. Despite the criticism, the Cowboys organization continues to express confidence in him as their franchise leader, and there is growing belief that with a large supporting crust, so a Prescott can finally break through. One of the biggest areas of focus for the Dallas Cowboy front office have been the offensive side of the ball. After evaluating last season, it became clear that while the team has weapons, there is still a need for a more explosiveness and consistency. The emergence of CeeDee Lamb as a true number one receiver has been a major positive as he continues to develop into one of the number and receiver